Where the votes at an election in any polling unit exceed the number of registered voters in that polling unit, the result of the election for that polling unit shall be declared void by the Commission, and another decision may be conducted at a date to be fixed by the Commission, where the result at the polling unit may affect the overall result in the constituency. Now, where an election is nullified in accordance with subsection 2 of this section, there shall be no return for the election, and another poll has taken place in the affected area.
Absolutely, I agree with you. What we are saying is that if INEC had done its assignment very well, INEC would have known that, for instance, in these 91 units, they were supposed to have checked how many people did we accredit for the election. And from our findings, they accredited 25,000, which is far less than the 41,000 lead that we have. And beyond that, I personally went to INEC the day before yesterday, and INEC gave me this record. The PVCs, the whole PVCs distributed in this so-called 49,000 registered, to these 49,000 registered voters. The PVCs amount to 35,785. So even if we are to vote today, there's no way 35,000 PVCs will produce 49,000 votes. All this information should have guided them to have declared us. Kogi Central PVCs 3,114, for the units cancelled there. The whole PVCs. Kogi were 4,655. Kogi East 28,016, totaling 35,785. God forbid, even if you go into an election today and APC scores 0, this 35,000 is still not enough to invalidate this 41,000. So what are we waiting for? And they have this information at their disposal.
Before this information, you still believe INEC erred?
Absolutely.
And that's the thinking of the party?
Exactly.
And if you strongly believe that INEC has erred in putting a stop to that process, what should you be doing? Should you be thinking of having a candidate that should complete the process, or you should be heading to court to make INEC go ahead to declare the APC as the winner of that particular election?
Well, I want to speak as an individual now. I mean, as a member of APC. And of course, this is what I even expect the leadership, the option. Because now we read in the papers that PDP is even considering going to court. I mean, it's so funny. So you find out that whether we go through the process of primaries or not, litigations will arise. So why waste time? I mean, my own take is that we should just approach the court. APC should approach the court for an interpretation to say, look, court, this is Nigerian constitution, and we believe we want this election. So you declare us.
Because of time as a constraint, looking at what the constitution has said, within 14 days this should be over, and your party must go to the election, as they have already said. We had the national chairman of your party. What would be the process if you were to advise, being a chieftain of your party? What modalities would you love to see that will bring up a candidate? How would you love to see the process?
Well, if I'm to advise the party, I would say that we already have a process. Abubakar Adu and James Faleke, they went through the campaigns, the electioneering process, and even the election. Faleke, for instance, was part of these 241,000 votes and all that. Why change him? Why change a winning team? Why don't you, even if we had to go for, another election, or go for primaries, why would the party not say, well, since this is what has happened, and even the constitution provides that you step in another, why don't you step in now? We now look for another deputy governor. That is the position of most of the members of APC. Because it will amount to sheer injustice if you now say Faleke should go back to the background or something. I mean, I don't know how that will help APC.
What then happens to the runners-up in the primaries that were held before this time, the party primaries?
Well, Unfortunately, the runners-up were not part of the election. Honorable Faleke had gone through the election. So you understand. And we believe that the best thing to avoid intra-party rancor, to cement the party, to unite the party very strongly, is just to allow the process to go ahead. If for any reason the party drops Honorable Faleke, either as deputy governorship candidate or the governorship candidate, I am not too sure it will help the party.
You're very, very confident about the popularity of your candidate.
I'm very confident because I know that even if we go for an election today, we need just less than, a little above 5,000 to win this election, even from this 49,000. Of course, 49,000 is registered voters. I just told you from this 49,000, there are only 35,000 PVCs.
Okay, now, the last guest we had, Mr. Clark, talked about the fact that whichever way we go, whether it's supplementary election or fresh election, there's no way this will not end in court.
Absolutely.
So you're advising now is the court processes should begin?
Absolutely.
And from what?
Straight way. Yes.
Before the supplementary election?
Well, why not? Why not? Because even if you go for supplementary election, PDP has said PDP is not even buying into the supplementary election. They are saying declare us winners of the election because the candidate of the other party is late.
They're also saying that if you go ahead with the supplementary with a substituted candidate,
yes,
as declared
they will
by
also
your party,
go to court.
They will go to court.
Absolutely.
So how would that play out at the end of the day? What is it that the Kogi people want?
Well, Kogi people want change, and they feel that they could get the change through the APC. Unfortunately, we never envisaged a situation where our candidate will suddenly, die. And so it has created this problem. But there's no problem without a solution. And the courts are there to guide us. When we are confused, we run to the courts. And that's why I'm saying for all of us, because the situation right now is such that INEC is confused. Perhaps even the political parties are confused. The candidates are confused. So the only logical option is for everybody to approach the court without wasting time. And the court will say, this is the way to go, and everybody will have to fall in line.
It doesn't look like there's confusion in the camp of the APC, is there?
No, well, I wouldn't say there's confusion right now. What I see is a situation where some of us felt that the party should have done more consultations before coming up with the option of primaries. We believe that it was a decision taken in haste, and that, for me, the leadership of the party should have taken this option that I mentioned, that, look, we want fair and square, so why must we go through another primaries? Let's go to court to get our mandate back from, from these people.
I'm going to call you.
But now that the party has said, well, we have to go through this process, it's left for the players involved.
Are the contenders out for the primaries?
Well, I left Kogi yesterday, and before I left, there was nothing like that. But maybe today, I don't know what will be happening.
I think your party will be ready, will be able to meet the deadline for the primaries before the election.
Why not? Primaries, it depends on the way the primary is organized. The primary election could even be just to go to the, could mean affirmation. The party could say, well, this is the way we are going, and the delegates go and affirm this candidate and all that. So I believe we can still, if push comes to shove, and they insist we had to go through these primaries, I believe it's something that can be done before December 5, and the candidate will emerge.
There are those who are advising that the party should go back to the list of those that contested in the primaries before. But do you think that would that be another option, or would that be the best option?
Well, I've told you that, to me, that is not the best option as an individual. But to the party, in the wisdom, of the party believes that that is the best. I'm a loyal party member, and so be it. But if I'm to speak as an individual, I would take the court option.
You take the court option?
Absolutely.
Before you left Lokoja, did you also hear of some who were agitating for the son of late Abubakar Audu to be part of those that will come in during the primaries?
Well, what I heard before I left Lokoja was a situation where some members of the party were agitating for Mohammed Audu to be running mate to James Faleke. That's what I heard. And to me, that is the most logical thing to do. It will be, to me, it will seem inappropriate for Mohammed, to be the candidate at this point in time, and for James Faleke to remain as deputy, even when the Constitution expressly, if James Faleke takes the amateur option today, he will get his mandate back. If he goes to court and says, look, this is it, we have fulfilled as a party this and this and this, and we believe we won the election, even though INEC says it's inconclusive, and we need our mandate, he will get his mandate back. That's my own belief.
Honorable Duro Meseko, former member, House of Reps, thank you for spending time here.
Thank you so much.
And at the moment, we'll return shortly. Join us again.